Good day, everyone. We are the Group 4 and we will be reporting about the chemical senses and how the chemical senses related to our brain. So first, we will tackle about the introduction of our chemical senses or what are in there in chemical senses. So first is the definition of chemical senses. Our ability to smell and taste is important, right? Kay wala ni kita human ay we kung wala ni humans would have had a difficult time making it this far, di ba? From an evolutionary perspective, these two senses, which is the olfactory and the gustation, the smell or the taste. So these two senses help us stay safe in dangerous environment. So they help us detect spoiled food and the toxic substance produced by plants when they start to rot. So we also use our senses of smell to detect smoke, indicating that fire is nearby, di ba? If kita ato yung ay masimutan mo yun nato ang kanang aso sa smoke. So kana siya, kung masimutan nato siya na ay mga receptors ana nga maoy mo send og signals padung sa atong brain. Ang atong brain di mayon nga oy pahawa dira kay naibahong sigarilyo ingana. So, can you remember a time when your sense of smell kept you safe from your environment? Diba namin jud tay siya this relapse. So, pag one day, nag-alcohol si Hangad, then kasimot ko sa iyang alcohol, sa bahaw sa iyang alcohol, then ingon ko nga, hala, nakinamdum ko, kani nga bahaw is na-use na ko ni before, or na kay friend, or kaila, na nag-use ani before, then nakatag na ko siya memories, nga ako na hinumduman nga kani nga sense is nasimutan na ko siya before. So, nga na siya. So, certain smells can trigger strong memories, di ba, mauto, and certain foods can remind us of home, di ba? If ikaw nga person, para na makatilaw kag kanang dilutuan nga parehas sa imong mama, or pareha kanang pareha o taste sa nilutuan sa mama or uso pa na, di ba? Remember ka nga, oh my God, pareha nilutuan sa mama, lamig kayo mo ulit, di ba? Nga naman nalamig na sa mga nang gidorm. So, what makes smell and taste so special, and how do these senses work? So the definition of the chemical senses, olfaction or smell, and gustation or taste are essential for detecting and interpreting chemical stimuli in our environment. So these two senses rely or relay on specialized sensory receptors that convert chemical signals into neural impulses, which are then processed by our brain. Through this complex reporting system, the brain interprets different smells and taste, influencing our perception, behavior, our memories, and even our emotions. So sa arita sa smells, which is ang olfactory or olfactions. So smell involves the detection of airborne molecules by olfactory receptors in the nose, which sends signals to the olfactory bulb and then to the brain regions responsible for memory and emotion. Then taste, on the other hand, is detected by taste buds in the tongue, which send information about sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami flavors to the gustatory cortex. Together, these senses create our perception of flavor and help guide decisions related to food, safety, and overall sensory experience. So, understanding how the chemical senses support information to the brain provides insight into their role in daily life, as well as their connections to neurological health and behavior. The two chemical senses and other part of the chemical sensors or chemoreceptors will be discussed by our members.
So, at this juncture, I will be tackling about the gustation. So, as we all know, gustation is also known as the sense of taste. It is a sensory system that allows us to perceive, and distinguish different flavors from the food and drinks that we take. So, did you know that there are only 5 flavors nga ato ang mataste? Namely, the bitter, the salty, sweet, sour, and umami flavor. So, gustation is a complex process that involves multiple steps from the detection of chemical molecules by taste receptors to the transmission of signals to our brain. So, our sense of taste starts with taste-scent molecules reaching our mouth through ingestion. So, what is taste-scent? Taste-scents are water-soluble or lipid-soluble chemical substances present in food or drinks that create the sensation of taste when detected by taste receptor cells within the mouth. So, basically saying, si taste sense mo ni siyang stimulus nga present sa ato ang gikaon or sa atong gipang-inom nga mao ni siya ang mutabang sa atong utok to distinguish kung unsa ang lasa or flavor sa atong gikaon or atong giinom. So, as we all know, kining midang mga tiny bumps sa ato ang dila nga makita nato with our naked eye. Unya, ang ilang itawag nga ni is taste buds, diba? So, did you know that di ni siya mao si taste buds? Maura ni siya si papillae. Si papillae, mao ni siya tiny bumps nga makikita nato katong akong giingon ganiha nga makita na nato with our naked eyes. So, asa si taste buds? Si taste buds naa sa sulod ni papillae. And then ni taste buds, naa niya ang mga receptors nga mutabang sa atong utok to determine kung unsa ang lasa sa atong gikaon, whether it's sweet, sour, salty, and katong uban pang duha ka buok. And kini pong atong dila gi-divide pod into 3 categories depending on their location. So the first one, si folate papillae, which is located on the sides of the posterior section of the tongue. And then C. circumvallate papillae, which is located at the back of the tongue. And the last but not the least, C. fungiform papillae, which is located in the anterior part of our tongue. So there are 5 basic types of taste receptors. So katong giingon ganiha nga katong 5 ka buok flavors. So in each nga na sila mga receptors. First, si sweet receptors, mao ni siya mo-detect sa sugars and other sweet molecules. And the next is the sour receptors, detect acids and other sour molecules. Salty receptors detect salts and other salty molecules. Unya, fourth is the bitter receptors, detect bitter molecules such as those found in coffee and chocolate. And the last one, but not the least, umami receptors detect glutamates and other umami molecules, often associated with savory or meaty flavors. So, as you can see sa picture nga naa sa screen, makahibaw na ka kung asa sa tulog ka division sa papillae nabutang ang mga taste receptors nga responsible for every flavor. So, obviously, ang sour receptors naa sa folate papillae. Unya, ang bitter receptors naa ni circumvallate papillae. And si sweet, umami, and salty receptors naa ni fungiform papillae. So there are several disorders and dysfunctions that can affect the sense of taste. So, kining upat nga kining naas mo PowerPoint, si ageusia, which is the loss of taste function, si hypogeusia, the reduced taste function, si dysgeusia, distorted or unpleasant taste, unya si fourth, si taste agnosia, inability to identify taste. So, mao rin ni silang upat ang one of the examples sa mga disorders and dysfunctions nga makaapekto sa ato ang gustation or the sense of taste.
Olfaction. Olfaction refers to the sense of smell. is the ability to detect and perceive odors through specialized sensory cells called olfactory receptors in the nasal cavity. These receptors bind to odorant molecules, sending signals to the brain which interprets them as specific smells. Olfaction plays a crucial role in a various aspects of our body. Example, detecting food and pheromones. Two is recognizing danger. Example, mag-gas leak without the di ka kapanimhot unsa pakibalo nimo nga nanan di ka sa danger nga ning leak naman ang gas. Number 3 is influencing emotion and memories. Sometimes atong panimaho sa kuan makakuan siya memories, maka-bring back memories like kuan ako sama na ho makatimaho ko og alcohol, ma-bring back na ang memories nga ga-pandemic ta. Number 4 is enhancing taste and flavor and experience. Like kung wala kay panimaho, unsa pag-detect nimo sa food nga lami na siya nga wa man kay panimaho, di ba? The olfactory system is closely linked to the brain limbic system, which processes the emotion and memories, explaining why smell often evokes strong emotional responses and memories.
So hello everyone, my name is Gab and I'm here to introduce you chemoreceptors. So let's dive into the world of taste and smell. So chemoreceptors, in the context of taste and smell, chemoreceptors refers to specialized sensory receptors that detects chemical molecules in food, drinks, and odors. These receptors are responsible for our ability to perceive different flavors and odors. So, taste receptors. One is taste buds. Contains chemoreceptors that respond to five basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Taste receptors specialize proteins on the surface of taste buds that bind to specific molecules, triggering a response. Smell receptors. Olfactory receptors found in the nasal cavity. These chemoreceptors detect odorant molecules and send signals to the brain. Olfactory epithelium, the mucous membrane lining the nasal cavity containing olfactory receptors. How chemoreceptors work in taste and smell? First is chemical binding. Chemoreceptors bind to specific molecules, triggering a response. Two is signaling to the brain. Chemoreceptors send signals to the brain, which interprets the information and creates the sensation of taste or smell. And the interesting facts: taste and smell are linked. The senses of taste and smell are closely connected, in which why food is often taste bland and we have cold.
In conclusion, the chemical sense of smell and taste play a vital role in our daily lives, serving as a crucial mechanism for survival, emotional experience, and memory. These senses enable us to detect potential danger, evoke strong memories, and enhance our overall well-being. The intricate connection between smell and memory, in particular, highlights the complex and multi-phase nature of these senses. As such, it is essential to appreciate and preserve the health of our chemical senses, recognizing their significance in our overall quality of life.